Welcome to the very first episode of Thoughts Paws, the podcast where we explore the fascinating world of dogs and what we can learn from them. I'm your host, Madison, and I'm joined by my co-host, Jason. Together, we'll dive into different aspects of our canine companions and how their unique perspectives can enrich our lives.
Hey there, Madison. I'm excited to kick off this podcast with you. So, what's on the agenda for our inaugural episode?
Today, we're exploring a concept that might sound a bit crazy at first. Dogs as life coaches. Hear me out, though. I truly believe that following our furry friend's lead might just be the key to living a happier, more balanced life.
That's an interesting concept. What exactly do you mean by following our dog's lead?
Well, it's not about literally doing everything your dog wants, but rather about adopting their approach to life. You know those shirts that say, "I don't know, just doing what my dog tells me to do"? There's actually some wisdom behind that playful slogan. Dogs have this incredible ability to live in the moment, find joy in simple things, and approach each day with enthusiasm. Imagine if we could bring more of that attitude into our own lives.
I can see how that could be beneficial. But let's break it down a bit. What are some specific ways that thinking more like our dogs can improve our lives?
Great question. For starters, it's fantastic for our overall well-being. Dogs have this amazing ability to remind us to take breaks, relax, and focus on what makes us happy. There are actually studies that show spending time with dogs can lower stress, increase feelings of happiness, and even boost our self-esteem. It's like they have an innate sense of what we need, even when we don't realize it ourselves.
So you're saying our dogs are like furry little life coaches?
Exactly. They're constantly teaching us important lessons about living a balanced, happy life. Think about it. When was the last time you saw a dog worrying about tomorrow's to-do list or regretting something they did last week? They don't hold grudges, they live with their hearts wide open, and they're always ready to show unconditional love.
Now that you mention it, I can't recall ever seeing my dog look stressed about the future. They really do seem to live in the moment, don't they?
Absolutely, and that's a huge lesson we can learn from them. In our fast-paced, always connected world, it's so easy to get caught up in worrying about what's next or dwelling on the past. But our dogs remind us that the present moment is where life actually happens. They find joy in the simplest things: a sunny spot to nap in, a favorite toy, or just being near their humans.
That's true. My dog gets excited about the same walk we take every day, like it's a brand new adventure each time.
Exactly. And imagine if we could approach our daily routines with that same enthusiasm. It's not about the activity itself, but the attitude we bring to it. Dogs teach us to find joy in the everyday moments, not just the big events. You know, there's a quote I love from Marley and Me author John Grogan. "A dog doesn't care if you're rich or poor, educated or illiterate, clever or dull. Give him your heart and he will give you his."
That's a beautiful quote. It really captures the unconditional love dogs have for us. But let's talk about something else dogs seem to excel at: confidence. Have you ever noticed how dogs never seem to doubt themselves?
Oh, absolutely. Dogs have this incredible self-assurance that we could all learn from. They're always sure of what they want, whether it's a treat, a belly rub, or a fun adventure outdoors. They go after it without hesitation or self-doubt. Imagine going through life with that same unshakable confidence. It might seem like a small change, but it can make a huge difference in how we approach challenges and opportunities.
I can see how that could be beneficial, but it's not just about confidence, is it? Dogs also seem to have this innate understanding of when it's time to play and have fun.
You're absolutely right. That's one of the most important things dogs can teach us: when to take a break and just enjoy ourselves. Life can get so overwhelming sometimes, but dogs never forget to play. Whether it's fetching a ball, running around the yard, or playing tug of war, they're always ready to drop everything and have some fun. And that's such an important reminder for us. It's okay to step away from our responsibilities sometimes and just play.
But how does that translate to our adult lives? We can't exactly drop everything to play fetch in the middle of a workday.
Well, it's about finding those moments of joy and playfulness in our everyday lives. Maybe it's taking a quick dance break between meetings or spending a few minutes doodling during your lunch break. It's about not taking ourselves too seriously all the time and remembering that play isn't just for kids. It's a vital part of a balanced, happy life for adults, too. There's actually scientific evidence to back this up. Studies have shown that taking time to relax and play can lower stress levels, improve our immune system, and boost our overall sense of well being.
That makes a lot of sense. So, how can our listeners start incorporating more of this dog-inspired wisdom into their lives?
Great question. There are so many ways to start thinking more like our dogs. For starters, try to be more present in your daily activities. When you're eating, really savor your food. When you're out for a walk, pay attention to the sights, sounds, and smells around you. Practice forgiveness and let go of grudges. Dogs never stay angry for long. Make time for play and relaxation every day, even if it's just for a few minutes. And don't be afraid to show enthusiasm for the things you love. Wag your metaphorical tail, so to speak.
Those all sound like great suggestions. Any final thoughts on this topic?
I think the key takeaway here is that our dogs have a lot to teach us about living a happier, more balanced life. They remind us to find joy in the simple things, to live in the moment, to be loyal and loving, and to approach each day with enthusiasm. When we say we're doing what our dogs tell us to do, we're really saying that we're trying to embody these positive qualities. So the next time you're not sure what to do, why not ask yourself, what would my dog do? You might be surprised at where it leads you.
And who knows? You might just find yourself wearing one of those just doing what my dog tells me to do shirts before you know it.
Exactly. And on that note, I think it's time we wrap up this episode of Thoughts and Paws. Remember, life is better when you let your dog take the lead sometimes. It's not about literally following their every command, but about embracing their joyful, present, and loving approach to life. As the famous veterinarian Louis J. Camuti once said, the world would be a nicer place if everyone had the ability to love as unconditionally as a dog. Until next time, keep wagging those tails and living in the moment.
Thanks for listening, everyone. We hope this episode has given you something to think about, and maybe a new appreciation for the four-legged life coach in your home. See you next time on Thoughts and Paws.